Can you see if you can hear me? Hello? Hello? You can hear me? You sure? Good. You can still hear me? Okay. Donna, just put in the chat if you can hear me so I can know if we're moving forward or not. Welcome, welcome to Tea Time for 2023. Let me just let my son know I'm back. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, 1 second. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for your patience. As I was trying to say, first, let me just say Happy New Year's to each and every one of you all. And I hope you can see my New Year tiara that I got from Yari Onala. This was them for New Year's. Um, thank you for your patience and welcome back to Tea Time for 2023. Welcome back to Tea Time for 2023. Today's hot topic, as I had stated, when you all couldn't hear me, the topic was just taking a minute to self-reflect. I just want to hear from you on how you're doing. Like, how are you doing right now here today? We talked about if you're happy, if you're sad, if you're upset, if you're feeling anxious. How are you feeling right now? If you would just take a second to drop in the chat what your feelings are, and I just want to know, how are you feeling before we go any further? How are you feeling right here now today? Our mental health is important, our health is important, and just knowing how we feel and taking time out to reflect how we feel. So I know, Donna, we see you on. You said that you can hear me now. How are you feeling right now? Just, you don't have to make it long and drawn out. It can be in just one word. How are you feeling? And we're not talking about the year. We're not talking about this year or last year. We're just talking mainly about how you're feeling right now. You're feeling tired, okay? And Donald, how are you feeling? Pookie say he's feeling tired. We're just taking a hot topic, just a moment to talk about our feelings. How are we feeling right now? Are you anxious about something? Are you anticipating something? Are you sad? How are you feeling? I'm feeling great. Okay, that's really great to hear. It's a great thing to be feeling great. Um, and Mika, if you can drop in the chat or no, we're on. If you could drop in the chat, Mika, or in the text, how you're feeling right now. We're just talking about feelings. Um, Someone's chatting, asking about feelings. How are you feeling right here today? And we're only speaking of today. We know we got started a little late, and we'll go over tell her probably about 5:50. I'm not going to take too much of your time, so that'll be just about 9 minutes that you all will let me borrow from you today, 9 additional minutes. And right now, you still have time to put in the chat, how are you feeling? We want to know, how are you feeling right here now today? Just take a second and drop in the chat how you're feeling. It's good to check in with people and just ask that question sometimes. Sometimes we get so busy, optimistic, great, great, great. How are you feeling today? Is it anyone else? I just want to drop in the chat. How are you feeling? I'm feeling like a conqueror today. Like a lot of things that I had on my list to do for 2023, I got started in 2022, and I'm just trying to let everything manifest itself, focusing on self and taking care of self. We sometimes forget how important it is to focus on self and take care of self in the midst of being a wife, a mother, a sister, a friend, even a child, because your parents have great expectation. So let's just take about one more minute to see if anyone else is open to sharing how you feel. How are you feeling today? While you're getting your thoughts together about how you're feeling today, how are you feeling about 2023? while you're getting your thoughts together about how you're feeling about 2023, please feel free if you have something that you wanted to share about 2022. It could have been just making it through the year with so much going on. While we're talking about so much going on, I do want to take the time to continue to send prayers to the Nolan family. My sister Radiance lost her great niece. And I think she may have been about 4 months old. So definitely keeping the family in prayer as it relates to that. Also, my niece lost her mother-in-law. So we're definitely keeping that family in prayer as well. Her in-laws, her spouse, and his sister, keeping them encouraged as well. It has definitely took off to a stressful season already, so we know that we have to stay prayed up. My niece Camille, my niece Sherelle's daughter, so she's my great niece. She was dedicated on Sunday at church, so we just want to continue to lift her up in prayer. Let's see what else we have. My twin nephews, they celebrated their 11th birthday on Sunday. So happy birthday to them. And then we have my my best friend, like sister growing up, my big sister Cheryl. She celebrated her birthday on yesterday. Well, her birthday was yesterday. She's no longer here with us, but I know we always had a good time. So I know she's turning up in heaven. And my best friend Camille will be celebrating her birthday on this Saturday. So definitely a shout out to all those birthdays. Sometimes we don't celebrate ourselves enough, and just be mindful and understanding that birthdays are important. It gives us another 365 days to that we've conquered and put under our belt. And even if we haven't accomplished everything in that year, we've accomplished a lot of things. So let's see. I really want to draft my vision for the year. I have fell off from doing that since 2020. Wow. But I am eager and excited to get back into it. I look forward to seeing what God has in store for me. Definitely see what God has in store for you. Take some time, whether it's fasting, meditating, whatever, to get lined up with what you want to do. I hope that we get to do the vision board. I think Heaven Sisters may have only did that once, I think. So definitely looking forward to doing that again. So we haven't gotten together since the week before Christmas, and it seems like an extremely long time. And I just want to go back to Christmas. I know that some of us is glad that it's gone. Our trees are down, but I just want to make sure that we didn't miss anything. So I just want to take a second before we get back into the 2023 season. Is there anything that you wanted to share over your Christmas break that you couldn't wait to tell TeaTyme about? It could have been a new family tradition. It could have been an extra special gift that you got. Someone could have gotten engaged. So many different things could have happened over the season. So if anyone had anything that they wanted to share, just a special gift that they may have gotten for Christmas, just if they was able to be with family or to visit with family that they haven't seen in a while. If anyone had anything as it relates to Christmas or the holiday season that TeaTyme was not here for you and you did not get to tell TeaTyme about, please take a second, drop it in the chat, and share it with us before we move on back into 2023. So we talked about our feelings today. We talked about the holidays and coming into 2023. Right now, I just need for us to hit the chat. I need everyone to hit the chat and tell me what you are expecting for 2023. Mika kind of touched on it about drafting her vision and getting back focused, pretty much what she said in the chat. Is there anyone else? What is something that you're looking forward to doing in 2023? 2023 is just a new breath of fresh air and just great. The past is the past, and here and now is right now. So I'm going to get what I can and do what I need to get done. That is very encouraging, Donna. You have so much wisdom at such a young age. It's so important. Um, 2020 was really, really, really a roller coaster for me. I kept it together for my tea time, try to keep it together for myself and my family. But people are really, really, really going through a lot, really going through a lot. And I know that it's so important that we take a minute of our time just to check in on one another. You know, sometimes we'll sit back and say things like, oh, so and so haven't called me. Oh, what's going on with she, or what's going on with he? You are waiting for someone to call you when it may very well be you that need to make the phone call. So if someone has been pressing on your heart, or if you've been constantly thinking about someone and it's keep coming to your mind, instead of writing that person off saying, hey, they haven't reached out and checked on me, reach out to that person. Please, please, please reach out to that person, connect with people, be there for them. Just getting started in 2023, work on being there for one another, working on taking care of self, right? I'm still waiting. Someone else, Pookie, Donald, that was great. Karen, Mika, if you're out there on a line, I know that Yon is on, but she's not able to chat in. So again, let me know, is there anything that we're looking for 2023? I know one of the things that I'm going to be looking forward for 2023 is better financial management. Like I'm definitely looking, because it's one thing to have surplus income coming in, but not being a good steward. I'm working on being more organized. Taking care of things right away instead of putting things on the back burner. Learning myself, as I told you all, I will be starting individual therapy for myself this year, and to just talk about some things and being able to release and hopefully a comfortable space. So I'm praying that it will be well. Girl, I need that financial management to kick in for 2023. Definitely let it kick in for 2023. And there's nothing wrong with spoiling yourself and splurging and taking good care of yourself. But we really have to get in the mindset of saving something, because sometimes you'll look at people that's in need of things, and we all need something sometime, but sometimes it's such small amounts that you would think that someone with like multiple siblings, some families are bigger. I know that I went to a funeral, and I know it was an older person, and I think she had I want to say 9 living children. Um, it was somewhere in the 30s of adult grandchildren, and then some young adult great grandchildren. So that's a lot of family to come together and gather together, because some people have no one, and no resources. So definitely focusing in on that. Just a better mentality and a better attitude. Definitely a better attitude, because sometimes we have to look at things as a blessing and as something positive, and not look at everything as something negative. So that is definitely great for the better mindset, and just taking a look at it in the whole look at the whole approach, and be focused on what we need to do. So definitely getting the mindset and the attitude to do what needs to be done. Anyone else? Is there something that you're looking for 2023? Anyone else? Are you looking for a new home, which sometimes can be extremely overrated? To each his own. Are you looking for a new car? Sometimes it can be extremely overrated, especially if you just want a nice vehicle to get you to and from where you need to go. But the one thing that I said, I am using my best no this year. So I will definitely be declining a lot of things. That's one thing. Like, I think sometimes we get so distracted because we're like all over the place. We're doing so many different things. So I will be using my best no for 2023. And I won't be all over the place as much. I'm still going to be there. But as my spouse tells me all the time, that there's different forms of being there, and always giving money or always running it. You could send a prayer from the dining room table, right? You can send a prayer from church. So that's something that I'm definitely working on my best to know. And with managing money, just not so much as, because I don't really think that it's too bad on myself. I think it's just really just giving it out. So I think I am definitely working on speaking my mind. And you all know that I'm a very talkative, but speaking your mind and talkative is different, right? So we know that you may be talkative, but you kind of beat around the bush for what you really should be dealing with or talking about. So that's where I am. I'm going to work on having uncomfortable conversations. And all of this is healthiness for me because sometimes you protect other people's feelings and yours are not protected. So definitely we'll be working on being honest to myself and being able to express my issues and concerns with others. So those are some things that I'm going to be working with on for 2023. I have a whole list of things to self guide myself. Because in order to be a teacher, you first have to be the best student to receive the knowledge so that you can share the knowledge, right? So, is there anyone else with any goals for 2023 that you just want to share and you want TeaTyme to help you meet because sometimes we need a little bit more encouragement when we're doing things. So sometimes we know what we need to do, but just having someone having your back just to be there and support you a little more makes a big difference. Makes a really, really big difference. So as I said, I have me a new computer now, and we got went through the back door to get the audio work. And I was hoping that Costco ain't give me something bogus, but it seems to be working. Still a camera, a little blurry, if you all can see, but I guess I'll work on that because I think the first time I opened it was yesterday, and the only thing I did was put the internet on it. I didn't think it would be an issue with the mic, so I just kind of put the internet on it and kind of went from there. Let's see, Mika. I'm setting some boundaries for 2023 as well. Boundaries are great. That's something I'm going to write that down because I want to add that to my list. Boundaries are great. And when I think about boundaries, I think about all those strange family members who I love dearly, but I don't have contact with that would just out of the blue call and need money. There's definitely some boundaries that I could use as well. Let a lot of things slide over my head the past few years that I shouldn't. I'm tolerating a lot less. Definitely tolerate a lot less. You definitely owe that to yourself because life give us so many things that we can't control. So the things that we can control, we need to control. It's very important that we control what we can control. Anyone else? Anything else? So TeaTyme is back. We next week I will be giving some topics and I will also be soliciting some people to host. I know I'm going to be looking back for my team that did an outstanding job with the Super Bowl last year. I know we want to do something on the vision board. I know that I will not be doing TeaTyme on February 22nd. That's the only upcoming date so far. Sport betting. What's sport betting? What's that? What are you talking about? So we can learn a little bit about that, and when we do the Super Bowl show when you all host that and talk about that. So if there's anything else that anyone could think of, any topics, I always try to get that out at the beginning of the year that you can get that information out to us so that we can get it on a calendar. I love my sister Mika so much, so encouraging. But definitely says slowing it down, because there's no reason to try to outrun the race because we don't determine the finish line, right? So let's just think about that. There's no need to outrun the race because we don't determine the finish line, right? So, regardless of what we do, what we save, how we act, we don't have control of an end date. Only thing that we know is the beginning and what it might look like, and that we're hoping to go to sleep and wake up. So, I am definitely slowing it down. So, I definitely want to let TeaTyme know first in advance that it will be no love lost. It's just that I need some intimacy time with me, and I need some intimate time to see my relationship grow, and be healthy and focus on what's important. There's so many things that's important, but you do have to put them in some type of order. Anyone else? I hope I didn't miss anyone else's birthdays. I thank you all so much for getting back on me getting back on here with me with the technical difficulties. But again, make sure I pray before I come on tea time so that the enemy can't have his way with that either. So as always, I thank you all so much for sipping with me. I'm looking forward to a healthy, happy, prosperous 2023 for myself and my tea timers, family and friends. We're going to not only pay it forward, but we're going to pray everything forward, and we're just going to let everything manifest. So I will see you all again next Wednesday with a nice hot topic as we get started into this new year. We have a little bit more than 11 months to do whatever we want to do with it. So see you next Wednesday. Have a great day.